Hey everybody, look at this. Fujifilm Instax Mini 13. I'm just gonna say right out of the start here, this is probably not a camera for me, but I am a professional camera reviewer and I'm gonna give it a go because the fact is I've played with a lot of other Fujifilm cameras, but this is gonna be their most affordable. The Mini 13 replaces last year's Mini 12. It is the gateway drug into the Fujifilm Instax instant film universe, and I just feel like it might be too basic for me to point and shoot, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I'm Chris Niccolls, this is PetaPixel. Let's play with the Mini 13 today. Now, look, before you get the wrong impression, this is not my first Fujifilm Instax Mini rodeo. Okay, actually last year I played with the Mini 99 and I really loved it for its black, sleek design and its manual control and all of the sort of light leak simulators and fun color filters that I could apply directly to the actual shot. I really love that. And I have played with their basic systems before. I mean, the Instax Mini Wide 400, very nice camera, very simple, very basic point and shoot, but with a larger format. But for me, I do find that the Instax Mini film lacks resolution and it lacks image quality, and so I get that this is just for kind of like fun stuff, selfies and parties and just, you know, going out and having casual fun with friends. But today I'm going to play with it as a creative tool, see what I can get out of it. I do like the design and I think we should talk about that next. The key to the success of the Instax Mini 13 is based on two things. It's very affordable, under $100 price tag, and the fact that it's incredibly simple to use. This is designed for anybody just to pick up and use as a point and shoot. But it has some notable differences from the Mini 12. First off, the Mini 12 had a very similar size and weight. I mean, this is about 306 grams without any battery or film in it. But the Mini 12 had a distinct cutoff here right at the viewfinder, which looks maybe a little bit awkward. This, they've now just rounded the whole thing and it looks nice. Also, they've given it this sort of pillowy contour. Holding this camera is like holding a plastic cloud in your hand, especially when you've got this clay gray model that I have, but you can also get some other fun colors with it as well. Throw in your Instax Mini film, you got 10 shots, it's going to count those down as you go through it. You've got a strap that comes with it with that little plastic wedge on there. We're going to talk about that in a bit, and I can mount that on either side. Here you can see our flash, our on-off controls, our lens itself, and this does take two AA batteries as a power source. They just go right under this door. You'll also notice now it's got this silver Instax Mini logo here, but it's weird. If I hold it vertically, it's sideways. If I hold it horizontally, it's upside down, but as long as you don't have OCD, you're going to be okay. So what you may have noticed from our handling talk is that this camera is essentially the exact same as the Mini 12, and you're not wrong. It really is almost identical, but one major change, the new selling feature of the Mini 13 is this. It's the self-timer control. So you got this little lever now, and if I just flick it, that'll give me a 2-second self-timer. If I hold this for 2 seconds, that'll then set it to a 10-second self-timer. And so I'm going to try that, but before I do the self-timer, I just want to point out there's still something they've missed out on, which is really annoying. For a camera with a self-timer, there should be tripod sockets, and there's nothing on here. And yeah, you would need 2 of them, but they could just be molded plastic. Just one on the bottom, you know, here, so I can do horizontals, here, so I can do verticals, would be really nice. As it is now, I have to find a flat surface like this to be my tripod or tabletop. I do get this little rubber wedge that comes with it. This is cool. I can angle the camera a little bit. Okay, I'll put my little wedge in here. I can get my positioning. Yeah, it's a little fiddly, as you can see there. There we go. Check my frame. I mean, I can do all this, but if I had a tripod adapter, it'd be so much better. Yes, you can order specific tripods or these adapter plates that kind of clamp onto the Instax Mini, but that's not ideal. Push the button. LEDs are blinking.
Sexier. More joy.
I think I want to be here. Oh, yes. I think I had a funny look on my face, but we'll find out quick. So each shot that comes out of this takes about 90 seconds to develop. So why don't we go to a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, it should be ready. B&H is a wonderful place to get pretty much anything you can think of when it comes to photographic gear, videographic gear, and professional audio equipment. They've got a huge store with tons of stock, and right now there's a really great way to buy stuff at B&H. Just get one of their Payboo credit cards because this gives you 2 big advantages. So first, you can buy all of your gear and save the sales tax. B&H will refund the sales tax back to you when you make your purchases. To check your eligibility for Save the Tax benefits, visit bhphoto.com/payboo, or you have another option. You can finance expensive purchases over 6 months or a year using your B&H Payboo credit card, and this just makes it a little bit easier to spread those costs over a longer period of time. But as always, remember that this is a credit card, so you want to use it responsibly, and you do have to get approved for this card. So to learn more, go to bhphoto.com/payboo. So look into getting your own B&H Payboo credit card today. It is provided to you by Comenity Capital Bank. Now, when it comes to the Instax Mini line of films, these are designed for a lot of fun. You can get these in color, you can get these in black and white. I'm just shooting color film today, so I'm really going to be searching for a lot of colorful subject matter. But also, they actually debuted this brand new frame, so they'll make this film with all these different frames. And look at that. Instax Pastel Galaxy, and I don't mean this as an offhanded remark. My daughter would love this, and she's 11 years old, and this really is the target audience in a lot of cases. Just fun, simple photography with cool frames. They make a whole bunch of stuff today, so I'm going to save that for her. But one of the key things with this, you guys know how much I love selfies. Well, this is designed to shoot selfies. Like many other Fujifilm cameras, they got the little mirror here. Let's just give it a shot. This is a good time to also point out that you guys have 2 different focus distances. And it is important to get this focusing distance right, because even though this is like a 60mm f12.7 designed to give you fairly wide look, you know, sort of like that 40mm full frame equivalent range, you know, it's f12.7. It's designed to give a lot of depth of field. And so when I'm shooting something like this, I want to use the close-up for anything from 30 centimeters to about 60 centimeters. That's my distance. So selfie range, up close details. If I want to shoot something further away, I need to make sure that I put it just to the on setting, and that'll be all my landscapes and my group shots and stuff like that. But it is selfie time. I can see myself in the mirror. Here we go. See if that turns out.
Gross.
Why? Because you don't like superheroes, Jordan? God.
Bloody.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. They're just hating on Marvel again. All right, who needs a selfie mirror when I've got an actual mirror on the window? All right, guys. I'm getting in my spaceship. It's time to travel at the speed of light to another pastel galaxy.
Another?
Yeah, there's like 4 billion pastel galaxies, Jordan. There's.
Are we in one now?
No, we're in a rainbow galaxy. We're about to go to. Did you not go to school? I want to get my shadow in this shot, and I want to get the reflection of the outside and then the shadows, but I bet the flash is just gonna f it all up. Yeah, and no, I want your arm on that metal. Yeah, and then look off towards the outside. Yeah, baby. See, Jordan, now look at that. That is an impressive pile of bird, and I'm very tempted to shoot said bird. Blue in the background. I think it might, but this is one of the problems with these basic cameras, Jordan, is like, that's gonna cost me money. I don't think it's gonna look good with the Pastel Galaxy frame anyways. And this is where like having the Fujifilm Evo or the Lipo cameras where I can take a shot digitally, look at it, decide later if I wanna commit to the print, like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. It's impressive. So the way the Mini 13 is designed, you got this little thumb rest here, just put your thumb up against, and it's made so you can hold this quite comfortably in a vertical orientation. The shutter's right there. You're not blocking the viewfinder at all or the flash. That's cool. Now, for most people, you are going to shoot a lot of verticals because it kind of suits the frame of the picture, and you know, vertical looks a lot like smartphone, but you can do horizontal shots. I do find it more comfortable to go over the camera here like this. It's actually really easy to hold. But naturally, you're going to want to put your left hand down here to stabilize it, and you know, your thumb goes right onto this groove. Just make sure that when you take the shot that you move it before that film tries to come out. So I've had an opportunity to take some close-ups, do some selfies, do some faraway shots and stuff, and I want to talk about framing, because what I see through the viewfinder is not what the lens picks up. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of disparity there. And this is a real problem when I tested the Instax 400 wide series. It was quite off with the framing, but I'm impressed with this Mini 13. Everything seems bang on. Close-ups are framing well. It actually has parallax correction for when you get close up. As well, I'm finding selfies through the mirror are actually framed really nicely. And any of my shots through the viewfinder for distance, are also lining up almost perfectly, so that's really convenient. Now, as I mentioned earlier, one of my major issues with a camera like this is just I don't get any manual control. I don't get any exposure control. And I mean, look, I'm not asking for like shutter speed and aperture control or anything, but I do find that Fujifilm still consistently looked like bright and washed out in the photos. And when I'm having a camera with manual control, I often underexpose slightly to make that, come back a little bit more vivid color, a little bit better detail. When it comes to this camera, everything's going to be automatic, even the flash. And look, I like that this is a real xenon bulb, not an LED. It gives you that classic indoor flash look, which is really popular, and of course it provides the light that you need indoors. But I can't turn this on or off or anything like that on this camera, so even outside shooting things like the Calgary Tower as a landscape, the flash fires. And again, it's not going to do anything, it's just going to blend into the exposure, but it's just annoying that I can't change anything about this creatively. And again, I just find the shots always look washed out. So in closing, I mean, what is there really to say about the Instax Mini 13? We've seen this camera before. It's very similar. All they've added now is a self-timer, and I'm still annoyed that there's no easy way to attach a tripod. Now there's a self-timer. I think that's crazy. But look, if you want an affordable, simple, easy way to get into Instax Instance Film, this is your new option. And maybe it's worthwhile to then see what happens to the Mini 12. If you don't need the self-timer, that price might come down. It's basically going to be the same camera. That might be a good option. If you can spend 50% more than this, you get the wide 400. You'll get bigger shots, and I like the detail out of them, but it is definitely a much bulkier proposition to carry around. And if you're willing to double the price, you could get yourself the Mini 99, which I personally love. I think it's worth the cost just to get all the new fun stuff, the light, the color filters, the ability to change exposure, but that's not the target audience. The target audience is simple, fun, and easy, and this certainly accomplishes that goal. Hey, if you haven't already checked it out, maybe consider watching the PetaPixel podcast. It's on this exact same channel. It's right there on YouTube. You can find it super easily, or you can listen to it on all your favorite podcasting apps. Hey, consider sponsoring us with a PetaPixel.com membership. Look at all the benefits you can get. It's going to pay for itself in no time. Hey, that's it for our show. Leave your feedback, leave your comments, and I'll see you guys later with another episode of PetaPixel.